Spencer, an estimated $300 million is needed for repairs to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, which was recently brought back into the spotlight because of its deplorable condition. Meanwhile, Sports Minister Olivia Green says work is also set to start on the National Stadium next year for additional seating. Denise Walters was watching Thursday's Standing Finance Committee meeting.
Speaking to TVJ Sports recently, Sports Minister Olivia Grange had promised that there would be a favourable update as it relates to the repair and maintenance work to be carried out at the Montego Bay Sports Complex that has fallen into a state of disrepair. The minister spoke on Thursday before the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament.
This sounds like it's going to take a long time, but it's not going to take a long time because the Independence Park Limited and Sports Development Foundation, that is their responsibility. That's their core business. And so as we speak, all of this is being done. And I anticipate that we will, during this fiscal year, once all that is required is done and we make representation, the Minister of Finance is very receptive to providing the funding.
But General Manager of the SDF, Denzel Wilkes, in a recent interview on Hits 92 FM's The Sports Grill, had this to say when asked about the track at the Montego Bay Sports Complex.
So that process involves indicating without question the justification for the kind of funding that is required to bring it back up to speed. And then from there, the powers that be will see where the funds can be found. But what I want to assure is that it's not just lying and nothing is happening. There's this process that is taking place, but I'm not at the stage that I can give timelines or anything.
To be completed at an estimated cost of $300 million, the next step in the development of the project, based on the recommendation of the Public Investment Management Committee, PIMSEC, will include
a final design drawing, the requisite project plans including schedules, cost estimates and project requirements, the requisite approvals and/or permits, any additional studies along with the relevant business models to demonstrate the investment anticipated impact on the operations of the facility, including financial benefits such as cost savings, revenue generation, and socio-economic impact or benefits to the community.
Meanwhile, the National Stadium has been earmarked for upgrading work in 2023 through to 2025, with the work to be done in 3 phases while the stadium remains open. Upon completion, the minister is promising more international competitions.
The first phase will include the upgrade to the north and south sections of the bleachers and improvements to the existing grandstand. We're taking out the velodrome. We're putting in additional seats, but we have to do it in phases because we can't just shut down the National Stadium because we have activities. But when it's completed, we will have an additional 10,000 seats. The grandstand will be fully covered and the bleachers will all be partially covered. We'll have a state-of-the-art anti-doping facility.
Another complex on the agenda is the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium, which the minister says will be at the forefront of sports tourism and entertainment. PIMSEC's recommendation is for the Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, to package the facility for public-private partnership.
But in the meantime, it's maintained, it's used. People are under the impression it's not used, but it is used. And, you know, the facility is used for training camps. Cricket is quite popular there, and we're looking at major cricket events to be held there in the meantime. And it's the home of the Trelawney Cricket Association.
In the meantime, the minister says new stands have been installed at the Spanish Town Prison Oval. Denise Walters for TVJ Sports.